Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. The Foreign Affairs Department confirms plans to resume talks with China on possible oil and gas exploration. The DFA said officials from the two countries will initially meet in Beijing sometime in May to discuss parameters and terms of reference on the possible exploration deal. DFA Chief Enrique Manalo promised to keep Senator Francis Tolentino posted on the progress of the talks. Tolentino had earlier called on the government to tread carefully in reviving discussions on joint oil exploration. The lawmaker warned that this could lead to more Chinese incursions in the West Philippine Sea. And 9 of the 10 inmates who escaped from the Pasay City Jail have been re-arrested. Authorities said that these include the mastermind behind the jailbreak. Manhunt operations are still ongoing for the other remaining escapee, who has been identified as Richard De La Cruz. The 10 inmates broke out of their cells by cutting through metal grills in the wee hours of Monday. In other news, authorities officially identified Congressman Arnie Teves as the main mastermind behind the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo. Teves supposedly financed the ambush, while another suspect was in charge of organizing the killers. Marlene Alcaide with the report.
Just last week, Justice Secretary Boying Remulla said Negros Oriental Congressman Arnie Teves fits in somewhere in the Degamo slay case. But now, he is certain that the suspended congressman is behind the murder.
Teves, Arnie Teves, Andolfo Alipit Teves, mastermind.
Remulla said that there is plenty of evidence to pin Teves, including testimonies from the suspects.
Marami. There's a lot. Hindi pa namin nilalabas lahat. We don't have to telegraph our punches. Basta marami pa iba. Testimonies are part of them. At least we have everybody here together already.
Authorities earlier took into custody one of the alleged masterminds in the killing, identified as Marvin Miranda. When asked how everything is connected, Remulla had this to say.
Kumbaga sa sine, siya yung director tsaka casting director. Hindi lang to sine kasi totoo na nangyari to eh. While Congressman Teves is the executive producer of everything.
Remulla said that Teves is the one who funded the entire ambush, including a helicopter used for the escape. Meanwhile, Marvin Miranda is the one who recruited and organized the assassins. The DOJ clarified that Miranda is still considered one of the masterminds and not just a mere middleman. A PAO lawyer is representing him in the case. Meanwhile, the camp of Congressman Teves said that they will just address the accusations at the proper forum and will wait for the charges to be filed. There's no word from the DOJ on when this will happen, but what's for sure is
We can say that we have made significant progress in finally putting this case to a close.
For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
Time to take a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has arrived in New York via private plane ahead of a scheduled arraignment. The former American president will face charges stemming from a probe into hush money paid out to an adult film star in the waning days of the 2016 presidential elections. Trump is set to surrender at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, while his lawyers argued against letting the cameras inside the courtroom. Meanwhile, commuters and tourists in New York have mixed reactions on Trump's indictment.
I don't know if there's a whole lot you can expect from the indictment. I'm sure that he will be arraigned. I'm sure that something will happen. I doubt he'll spend any time in jail, and I'd be really surprised if there are any real meaningful repercussions from it. And that's unfortunate, but that's kind of how these things work.
Yeah, well, I guess, he has escaped a lot, but, a lot of charges, and I think he's used his power and privilege to get away with a whole lot of things. We're really hopeful that this one will stick and that he will be found guilty and prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
And let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Oil companies have implemented an oil price hike today, Tuesday. Diesel is now pricier by 50 centavos a liter, while gasoline prices have gone up by 1 peso and 40 centavos a liter. Meanwhile, kerosene is now slightly more expensive after a 20 centavo increase per liter. The national government's budget deficit widened in February to 106.4 billion pesos. That's 0.5% higher than the 105.8 billion pesos posted in the same month last year. The government's fiscal balance also swung back to a deficit month-on-month from the 45.75 billion surplus in January. President Bongbong Marcos will be gracing the coronation of King Charles III. The palace confirmed that the chief executive and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos have both been invited to attend the historic ceremony. The coronation of King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla will be held at Westminster on May 6. International celebrities have praised the cover of Vogue Philippines featuring the country's oldest mambabatok or tattoo artist, Apo Wangod Ogay. Oscar-winning actress Halle Berry took to Instagram to share the cover and captioned it with, "Now this is real beauty." Berry's fellow celebrities agreed, with model Naomi Campbell and actor-host Mario Lopez reacting in the comments section. Filipino-American stand-up comedian Jokoy was likewise impressed with the magazine issue, saying that it is the best Vogue cover ever. Apo Wangod, who is 106 years old, is the oldest person to ever appear on a Vogue cover. And the MMDA is calling on moviegoers to support the first ever Summer Metro Manila Film Festival. The MMDA aims to establish a new tradition for the local movie industry, with local cinemas exclusively screening all Filipino films twice a year. The MMDA says it has no expectations when it comes to gross sales for the Summer MMFF, which will be running from Black Saturday, April 8 all the way until April 18.
Ibang approach natin dito sa Summer Metro Manila Film Festival, kung mapapansin natin, walang masyadong pangbata dito sa ating 8 kalahok. Kung hindi, mas tinarget po natin yung mga Gen Z, Millennials, Gen X, at yung medyo mga bata. Dahil alam naman natin na yung pampasko, yun yung pampamilya. Ito ay more on sa mas mga younger na mga Filipinos.
One News Now will be back at 3 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.